Rachel, Kirsty, and Shannon had to muffle their laughter as they watched the goblins surfing. They all had garlands of flowers around their necks, and some were wearing flowery Hawaiian shirts and long grass skirts. They looked so funny, Rachel laughed. But aren't they supposed to be hiding with the moon pearl? I think they have forgotten about that, Shannon replied. They are having so much fun. These waves are enormous, Kirsty remarked, as another huge wall of water headed towards the beach. They are perfect for surfing. Shannon nodded. Yes, that is what Hawaii is famous for, she said. But these waves are even bigger than usual. She frowned. I think the goblins are using the moon pearl to make the waves bigger. And to do that, they must have the moon pearl underwater or close at hand. Let us start searching, Kirsty said eagerly. The others nodded, and the three friends dug underwater again. As Rachel and Kirsty looked around for any signs of the moon pearl, they suddenly spotted a group of tiny, bright blue narwhals bobbing through the water towards them. The narwhals swam right up to them. These ones had beautiful, delicate flower garlands along their tails. They squealed and clicked at the fairies. They are so beautiful, Kirsty said. I wonder what they are saying. Shannon grinned and waved her wand. And Rachel and Kirsty suddenly found that they could understand the narwhals. Hello, Shannon, they chorused. Hello, girls. We are very pleased to meet you, said one. Yes, very pleased to meet you, the others repeated. Rachel and Kirsty were enchanted. We are very pleased to meet you too, they replied. These young Hawaiian narwhals are friends of mine, Shannon explained. I have known them ever since they were born. Yes, ever since we were born, the narwhals chorused in agreement. Ever since we were born, squeaked another one, a little behind his friends. We are looking for the moon pearl, Shannon told them. Have you seen it? The narwhals bounced up and down in the water, looking very excited. We think so, they all yelled in their tiny voices. Not far from here are two strange green creatures, one of the narwhals explained. They have got flappy black feet. Flappy black feet, the others repeated, and they are guarding a big white pearl, another added. A big white pearl, shouted all the narwhals together. They were over there by a tall, pointy rock next to the coral reef, one narwhal explained. Over there, chorused the others. Thank you, my dears, Shannon said with a smile. Come on, girls. She swam off at speed, and Kirsty and Rachel followed, pausing only to wave at the narwhals who were swimming up and down in a frenzy of excitement. It did not take long to find the rock the narwhals had mentioned. Cautiously, Shannon and the girls peeped out from behind it. There they are, Shannon whispered, and there is the moon pearl. Two goblins were playing catch with a big creamy white pearl. Kirsty caught her breath in wonder, watching the pearl shimmer in the turquoise water as the goblins tossed it back and forth. It is not fair, one of the goblins moaned. We are stuck down here guarding the moon pearl, while everyone else is surfing. Yes, and two new guards were supposed to come and take over after half an hour, the other goblin grumbled, but nobody has turned up. Shannon grinned. at Rachel and Thirsty. There are only two of them, she whispered. This is our chance to get the pearl. But how? Rachel thought for a moment. Maybe we could sneak over to the goblins and grab the pearl when it is in mid-air, she suggested, like in a game of pity in the middle. Kirsty nodded. There is two corals and clumps of seaweed to hide behind, she said eagerly. Let us give it a try. The three of them swam silently from behind the rock to a boulder covered with colorful sea anemones. Then they slipped through the gap between two large pieces of coral and hid behind a clump of seaweed. They were very close to the goblins now. Anxiously they peered through the seaweed to see if the goblins had spotted them, but they were still throwing the pearl to and fro. Okay, we are right between the goblins here, Shannon whispered. Who is going to try to grab the pearl? Rachel, you are good at ball games, said Kirsty. I will have to go, Rachel agreed bravely. They all waited as one of the goblins prepared to throw the pearl back to the other. Now, Rachel, Shannon said. Rachel shot upwards from behind the seaweed at the very moment that the goblin tossed the pearl. As it flew through the air, Rachel swam forward, stretching her arm to grab it. Kirsty held her breath as she watched. Would Rachel be able to reach the pearl before the goblins realized what was going on?